My job is to be authentic in who I am. My job is to live my truth. My job is to protect my peace.
So I just have to step back, wait, and see what happens.
Those people aren't the people I want in my life at all.
Hold back, respect where they're coming from, and give a thought-out response.
You have to know yourself well enough to advocate for those things. You're listening to the Apology Void podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Today, what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about people's responses being a reflection of them and not you.
Yeah, that's a big one. And it has been hanging over me so much and so intertwined in literally everything that's been going on in my world for these past, years. I was going to say weeks, but then I reflected back further and I'm like,
Way longer.
Way longer. But it's been really prevalent and something I've been focusing on a lot more over the past few weeks. It's been very interesting.
I'm really excited for this topic. This comes up a lot in a lot of personal development that I do, like reading or podcasts and I think that's because it's something we forget quite often and we fall back into thought patterns that think what we're saying can elicit a response that is a negative reflection on us, for example.
I think we've talked about this before, but I am a recovering people pleaser. So I always wanted to elicit a positive response from people. So I placated them. I played to their emotions. I put on a different face in order to be who they wanted, as opposed to being myself and accepting that they are who they are. I wanted to be liked by everyone. And so I didn't share authentically in order to get a better reaction and response from them. When in fact, those people who I was like placating or pleasing or trying to be someone else for, those people aren't the people I want in my life at all. And when I started to share more of myself authentically, they showed their true colors and I didn't want that around.
And it does. When you start to share yourself authentically and people come back to you with responses that all sorts, nasty, demeaning, quiet, standoffish, all of those things, it's not about you.
My favorite one has been defensive. That's been my favorite reaction that really tells you so much about the person that you're talking to, especially if you're calling them out on one of their actions or on something they said. How they respond and react to that, if it's with defense and becoming defensive, that means they're probably not someone you want in your life.
100%.
So
I'm excited. Let's dive in.
Where do you want to start, Sal? How's this been showing up for you?
I feel like subtly it does show up every day, for example.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be when you're saying something to someone and elicits a response that you don't necessarily like or that doesn't sit right with you. I guess we used the example before of someone you don't want in your life. That absolutely does happen when you get those extreme responses. But sometimes if you're a people pleaser, and that's human nature, I will say that, and I think we've spoken about that before, it is human nature to be a people pleaser. But when you say something and you get that response, they're not saying it like that doesn't reflect on you. That doesn't mean that you're wrong, or that doesn't mean that you've said something wrong, or it doesn't mean that you need to change. It just reflects their personality, their experiences, their traumas, their personality traits. All of that is making up their response, I guess. So it doesn't have to be an extreme example, but just daily life. And I think it's really good to remember that when we're speaking and when we're saying things and we hear responses and we retreat. So we retreat from the defensiveness, or we retreat from what we view as an attack on us, rather than go, okay, wow, that obviously elicited a response in you coming from a place of experience and or other factors we just spoke about. That's unfortunate for you. Thanks very much. Goodbye. Maybe not forever, but
Yes.
does that make sense? I feel like my brain's going
Yeah.
100 miles an hour with this topic because I have so much to say, but the lips aren't connecting.
No, I love it. I love it because it's same. It's really, really hard when somebody reacts to what you say, when somebody reacts to what you share, to not take that personally, especially if you're just starting out on that journey. It can be so, so difficult to not take that as, oh my gosh, now I've done something wrong. Now I've done something. Or if somebody comes back with a response you weren't expecting, it can be hard to make that palatable for yourself and try to understand their perspective. That's, I think, why arguments and disagreements can be so hard for people, is because they don't understand that the other person has so much of their own lived experience that informs how they react and how they respond. And it takes that really like objective and very even coming to the table to be able to say something and then not react to what somebody else says. It takes a lot to do that, but I think it's worth the practice every time.
Absolutely agree. And I was thinking about when you're saying it, it also, when we're thinking about other people's response, it does mean you as well. So when someone says something that you disagree with and your natural response is to get defensive or anger or whatever that is, hold back, respect where they're coming from, and give a thought out response. Sometimes it's even best. So, you know, we're in situations and there's a heated moment, things are happening, words are flying. Sometimes it's best to just put an end to the topic. Hey guys, not really in a position to respond right now. Can we revisit? Step away, think about it, cool down, come back there. Because that says more about you as well. That you can remove yourself, that you don't have to engage in anger and make people feel bad about themselves. You know, when you're crushing people, and okay, preface, I have not been great at this. I love to be right. I'm not going to lie. I love to be right. And I do get heated because I just get really passionate about topics. So something I do work on. But you don't need to do that to people. Like they can be right. You can be right in your own perspective. You can agree to disagree. That's a great one as well. It's okay to disagree, specifically on things that are opinion-based. You don't need to make people feel bad, knowing that that's how you can feel when people do that to you. Boom.
Drop it there. I mean, we talked about some of that with the disagreements in our episode all about disagreements, but it goes so much deeper. And I think what you're hitting on right here is so important. And the fact that, like, when we get heightened for any reason, whether it is a trigger that we experience due to a trauma, or it's anxiety, or it is due to an opinion that we do not share with somebody, when you start to level up, that is when shit hits the fan, when things go sideways, when everything just starts to go off the rails. I had a trigger the other day that I wasn't expecting. So I deal with complex PTSD, and I had a trigger while I was playing a game with my partner. We were sitting down playing a game, and all of a sudden I just got really triggered and started like crying and getting upset. And I said, I just need to take a minute and walk away. And what I did is I went into the other room and I wrote about it. He did not react. He did not respond. He just gave me the space to do that because I advocated for myself. Didn't provide any like additional outside anything because he knew that was a me thing. It had nothing to do with him, which was the best response. And I stepped away to go work through that, to go journal about it, to go write about it, to go figure out what was going on so that I didn't heighten that experience and then blame it on the other person sitting with me because it had nothing to do with them. And when I came back to the table, I was able to say, I'm not 100% sure why that happened, but here's what I'm going to do about it. And I think when we're sitting with the right people who understand us or who care for us, we get some of those better reactions, or we get the things. But if we have people who don't understand us, we have to actually ask sometimes. We have to accept that they don't know us well enough to not either get scared or defensive or push away or become overly like coddling when that's not what you need. You have to know yourself well enough to advocate for those things. So like, yes, there is the leveling up in disagreements, but there's also the leveling up that comes with other things, and having to know where you need to set those boundaries so that it stays a healthy situation. So there's a whole other side to that. I love this.
And you're right, because it's not, I use the example of heated and anger and frustration and defense. But when you're talking about that situation, if, for example, I'm the other person, the other party in that situation, and I say if I don't know you that well, I could easily think that I've done something wrong, like easily. Yeah. Oh my God, are you okay? What have I done? Like, and instantly you turn it back on yourself. Again, natural response. You don't want to hurt the other person, right?
Correct.
But this is why we just need, it's not always about, in fact, it's really never about you. Give them the space. And if there is the space later on to open up a conversation and find out if there was an action that you could have taken differently if you did something that did trigger the response. Hey, wanted to give you the space. Is everything okay? Just ensuring that I haven't done something to trigger you that I can avoid later on. No, it's all about me. Great, thanks. The end.
Yeah.
Instantly, though, we do go, oh, my God, what have I done? And we make it about ourselves.
Yeah.
But it's not about that, right?
It's not about us.
Yeah.
Whether it's becoming defensive or becoming, oh my gosh, I did something wrong, or whatever reaction you feel because somebody else is saying or doing something, it has nothing to do with you. And if it does have to do with you, guess whose job it is to say so? The person who's saying the thing. As the outside person, you can ask. You can ask about it. You can try to name and say, is this how you're feeling right now? Because this is how I'm observing it. This is what's coming across on my end. Is this accurate? And if it's not, you've cleared things up. Great. Wonderful. We have more that we connect on than we don't. So finding those places where we might start to feel a little distance, or we might start to feel a little pushback, or like we've done something absolutely wrong and we are the problem all of the time. I think it's important to unpack that and really say, no, let's take a step back. Let's take a second and let's just breathe. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just breathe and go, this isn't about me. This isn't about me. It's all about you and what you're feeling too.
Just making up songs now.
You're
I love
welcome.
it. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You're so welcome.
It's like our book of the month. Let them respond.
Yeah.
Let them respond.
This
Let them
book
do what
has
they
come
got
up
to do.
so much.
Hasn't it? That's why I started re-listening.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was like, I kind of forget. So I'm re-listening. It's just such a good reminder. You can't control other people's responses, so just let them respond. It is what it is. There is a good saying, and I often think about this and repeat it, that other people's opinions of you is none of your business. I love it. I love it.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
It's
I've
actually
never
none
heard
of my
that.
business what you think about me. I'm too worried about what I'm doing. The end. None of my business.
I'm going to worry about myself over in this lane, and you can think your thoughts. Great, thanks.
We don't think that other people's, like, I don't sit here going, all of your thoughts are my business. So why do I think your opinion of me is my business? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not thinking, oh, yeah, okay, what does she think about cups of tea? What does she think about the podcast? Whatever. Like, I don't care. It's none of my business. I'm not even thinking about that. It doesn't even enter my mind. So why
Yeah.
does your opinion of me personally enter my mind? It's because it's about you. You're making it about you.
Well, and when we're making it about us, and it reflects our own personal anxieties and insecurities. So if you start to feel like something is wrong, like someone is mad at you, if they have valid cause to be mad at you, yes, let's address this. But
Sure.
if somebody else has a reaction to something and your immediate response is, I have done something wrong, I am a terrible friend, I have offended this person in the biggest way, that is your own issue. That is your own insecurity or anxiety that it sounds like you might need to examine. And like, I'm not perfect at this. Let's be real. The reason we're talking about this is because it's something we've dealt with on either end of it. And so, like, I'm not perfect. I sometimes get the feeling that somebody else is mad at me. But again, like, not about me. Just not. So.
And I guess we've intertwined a couple of topics here, which is great because it does go both ways. Right. So we're talking about on one side that your own responses to things that people say or do is a reflection on you, and to work on that and be able to communicate that. At the same time, we're talking about if you elicit a response that is undesirable, that's also not about you though. And they are intertwined, as in when you have the response from the other party, that's on them. Like, that's their response based on what we said, their traits, etc., etc. And if it's something you don't like and it elicits a response in you, then you need to reflect on that. So it's a bit of a two-way street, I guess, and we've covered both of those.
Oh, yeah.
Just so we're not jumping, I feel like we've sort of intertwined, which is great because they are related. So related.
Yeah. And follow along, listeners. I mean, we're bouncing back and forth like squirrels with a little bouncy ball, chasing it across the street, back and back and back and forth. We're like a ping pong match here. So you just got to keep up.
Squirrel. That word just kills me every time. Nick saying squirrel. Squirrel, people. Squirrel.
Squirrel. I love that we found out another thing earlier. Like, I had no idea that when houses are listed for sale, it talks about the robe or the closet. Right, like the wardrobe. And I'm like, we don't call it the wardrobe. It's just, it's a closet. Closet. Which just sounds so much more harsh.
Closet.
Truly, it's closet.
Yeah, because we have built-in wardrobe or built-in robe. We have walk-in wardrobe.
I mean,
I think
we
I
have
even
the
said
freestanding.
Cupboard, to be honest. I was like, I
you
went
did
into the
say
cupboard.
And I was imagining you in your kitchen opening up one of your kitchen cabinets and searching for the shirt you were going to wear that day.
I might carry off Sex and the City, how she keeps clothes in her oven.
Oh my gosh. There is a thing about keeping jeans in your freezer, but that's a whole
I've
nother...
never done that. I've never done that. That creeps me out. No.
I've never done that either.
Has anyone done that? Let us know, please. That creeps me out.
Do you keep your jeans in your freezer? Thank you.
Let us know. Thank you.
And
if you do, I promise not to give you a response that is going to make you feel bad. Just personally creeps me out.
It's a personal thing for you.
It's not about you.
That's totally fine. And you know what? That informs them as to your perspective.
Yes.
Precisely.
I was having Oh, no, go. You've got a story. I've got a story too.
No, it's not a story. I guess it's just more of one of the things that I was thinking about was, and the reason this came up is because when you're having a conversation about something and someone else reacts, it informs a lot about that person. It allows you to see them on a deeper level. It informs their perspectives, their personality, how they deal with things. And that really helps you to identify things about yourself and who you want to spend time with. So by having those conversations, by witnessing other people's reactions, you're actually allowing yourself to get to know them better and then evaluate if they are or are not someone you want in your life, or in what circle of influence you want them. Outsider, acquaintance, close friend, like, and then your person. So, what's your story though, Sal?
Oh, well, I'm going to pivot. I was going to say there was an example that I had. Because I acknowledge in myself that I can be a lot. Like, I am full on, I'll go in there, I don't care, I'll say whatever. As in,
Yeah.
I won't insult someone immediately when meeting them. Like, I'm not an asshole. But, like, I don't hold back. Like, I'll just say how I feel. I'll just act. I'm very forthcoming. Anyway, so I was in this situation. Yeah, the end.
You are. It's brilliant.
To be honest, I'm that meme, you know, and it's like, there's a couple actually. One's the door, and it's like when my sister, I have to block her from saying what, like, I want to say. I can't remember the exact words, but it's like fighting off your sister because that'll be the one. Anyway, I'm that person. And I was like, sometimes it's our actions. So I know something happened a couple of days ago, and I was on a phone call with someone I didn't know, and my actions, I was just really blunt. I was like, yo, like, this or this, take it or leave it. But let me know, basically. Like, take it or leave it, but let me know. Crickets.
Yeah.
I've had crickets, right?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I was a bit like in their face. Totally understand. But it wasn't about them. I was just saying, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to get it. If you can't help me, that's fine. But let me know. Now, their response is nothing, not giving me anything. So that doesn't say anything about me. I know that I've given clear direction with where I'm going, what I want, 2 options. Yeah. Whether they don't know what to say, whether they are still pondering or are being a bit of a coward, I don't know. I don't know the answer, but it's not about me. So I just have to step back, wait, and see what happens. I'm not sitting here going, oh, what did I say wrong? Should I have done that? Should I have done this? Nah, not doing that. It just is what it is.
Can I ask you a question on that?
Yeah, tell me.
Have other people in your life asked you then as a follow-up, well, what's happening? Have you heard back? Have you heard back?
No.
Okay. Good for you.
Do you mean like I've told people the situation, they're like, have I heard back?
Yes.
No, because it's not really a situation of like a broadcasted conversation.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean? Gotcha. Like, it's just a conversation I've had personally with someone. So I wouldn't, like, Nick and I together, but he's not like that. He's like way less caring than anybody. He's like, who gives a shit? Like, I love that. He's like way more than me even. Like, does not care. He'll say anything to anyone. Just give a fuck. It's hilarious. Great.
Feel like a little bit of that with my human over here.
Do you? Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I've had a situation recently. I don't know why I dragged that out. Situation. I've had a situation over here where I also haven't gotten a response on something.
Interesting.
Which I could allow to like totally eat my every waking moment. Like I could allow it to really just like eat me from the inside and destroy my daily waking life. But I have set it to the side and gone, when the time is right, the time is right. I can't control this person, and I'm not going to pester them. I have already set my things out there. So now they do with that what they will. And it's funny because I feel like some of the other people in my life have been more curious than even I have. And I had to set the boundary of, I promise when I know, you will also know. When I have something to share, I will share it. Until then, I am giving it the space that it needs and allowing it to not take up a whole bunch of my mental load. It's not worth it. The stress to fret over, are they thinking this? Are they thinking that? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? When you get into that headspace, wondering about someone else's reaction, how much of your energy does that take up? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I have had to practice that, especially as a boss and a supervisor who sometimes has to call people out on their shenanigans or some things that need addressing. I can't sit there after one of those hard conversations and go, did I say this right? Are they okay? Are they mad at me? Is everything okay? Are we going to be fine? I have to do my job and set the things out there. And if I take that same practice into daily life, my job is to be authentic in who I am. My job is to live my truth. My job is to protect my peace. And if somebody else reacts to that, okay.
Go off.
Okay.
One more example before we wrap up. I just want to just briefly touch on what you just said about being a boss, supervisor, etc. So sometimes though, when we are, so I know not in your case because you're a boss, but you know, when you're in like a management position or a supervisor position under other people, and someone gives instructions for you to say, like to an employee or something that you don't agree with, it's also your responsibility to have the strength to call out that person who is superior to you and say, hang on a minute, I'm not doing that. That's wrong. If you would like to engage in that behavior, that is on you. I'm not doing your dirty work for you.
Yeah.
So I've been in that position where I've been instructed to do things that did not align with what. Okay, two situations. One, I have done it. I did not like it. So I was like, I'm not doing that again. So then I've been in a position where I've said, no, actually, I will be a people pleaser, air quote, in this situation and not just be a sheep and do what you're telling me to do because you don't want to do it yourself because you know it's wrong, if that makes sense. So again, that comes down to standing your own ground and going, if that elicits a response and you're going, oh God, no, say something back to them that may not please them. Who cares what their response is? Not about them. It's about you protecting your peace, protecting that and going, no, absolutely not doing that. If you want to do that, go off, whatever.
I mean, good leadership requires the ability to accept feedback.
100%.
And to accept being wrong. And one of the things I do in training my team is say, call me out if you are uncomfortable with something. If I have said something you do not agree with, let's have a conversation. And we do have a hierarchy in some of our situations. So when I do have one of those harder conversations and one of my next in line managers under me, I don't know, one of the next people down, I will say to them, did you feel comfortable with that? And I'll ask them so that they know they can do that. They know they can come back to me. So just remember that if you're in a leadership role, part of that requires you being self-aware enough to know that you need to accept feedback. So I leave it there.
Summary, other people's opinion of you is none of your business, but your opinion and your response is all of your business.
Amen. You control you.
Whoop, whoop. Thanks, guys.
And on that note, have a great week. Yeah. Bye. All right. Goodbye.